But let's get to the actual wrestling news and clickbait that we got going on here, and that is that we have two knee injuries coming out of WrestleMania, and that is Kevin Owens and Jimmy Uso both confirming that they were injured at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, I am not sure the duration of his injury, but Jimmy Uso, looking at between 6 and 9 months for his knee injury, so pretty serious, and that's a big bummer for him. In terms of getting back on track and staying in that tag team scene. But, we wish them both a speedy recovery. What do you want to see them do with Jey Uso? Because I was of the mind the last time, and I believe it was Jey that was, more seriously hurt the last time around
Yes.
WrestleMania 31-ish time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted them to kind of see what they had there in terms of Jimmy being a single star. And I think that they should do the same thing with Jey. Try him out in singles. Put him in whichever, like the IC title division or what have you, and see what's there with them as singles guys. So, it sucks. You never want to see anybody get injured, but I think it's time to explore and see if he has legs beyond just being in the Usos. What say you?
Well, okay, so what was it? God, it was about 5 years ago now. Yeah, when Jimmy was hurt, or excuse me, Jay was hurt. So Jimmy was on his own. They mostly used him on commentary, if I remember correctly, on TV. So, I mean, that was cool to kind of have him still out there. But yeah, he wasn't actually wrestling as much. For whatever reason, WWE likes to take, if one member of a tag team's out, they just bench the other person as well during the duration of the recovery process, which I'm with you. It's like, well, if this person's very talented and healthy, let them go out there and do a singles run. I mean, if they have star power, let them do it. And I know out of the two, Jimmy is the more maybe well known, if you want to call it that, because of his time with his wife Naomi on Total Divas and all that stuff on television, the other shows, reality shows that they're on. Jay use his opportunity to give him a push right now, or at least develop something on television, his own personality, and go with this. I'm all for it. Let him go do his thing. I mean, I think it's just unfair just to totally have him off TV for the next 6 to 9 months because his brother's out. That's not fair to him, especially right now where they have a bunch of releases, in the last couple of weeks. It's the roster is a little bit thinner now. So by all means, give this guy an opportunity to shine a little bit. And then who knows, maybe when his brother comes back, they can maybe develop something that can obviously reunite the tag team, or maybe they want to keep both separate. I think they're one little bit of a disadvantage because they're both twins. I mean, since they are twins, I should say, is so I feel like they're kind of maybe naturally always going to be just a tag team because they look alike. But maybe down the road, if they both can become singles competitors, put one on Raw, one on SmackDown, I would hate to think they're just one dimensional in that sense that they're just only seen as a tag team. But I would like to see them maybe evolve a little bit on their own separately, just to keep things fresh in that sense. But then again, the tag team division on SmackDown, they need all the attention they can get. But like I said, I would like to see Jay kind of maybe do a little bit on his own.
Yeah, I think I think Jimmy is the one that jumps off the page more, is more marketable, and maybe has more. We've gotten to see more of his charisma because of, like you said, his involvement with Naomi on Total Divas. But at this point, yeah, see what you have in Jay, and on the other side of that, on Raw with the Authors of Pain, one of them being injured, I don't
Mm-hmm.
see why that should preclude the other one from still being involved in Seth Rollins' stable, and
Exactly.
having him just be one of the heavies for Seth there. And so I don't get the mindset there. And then with Kevin Owens, we certainly hope that his injury is not serious because he was building up some momentum. So hopefully he comes back soon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick with Jay is with having him on TV. I mean, this be just a good opportunity. Let him do some stuff, and I was gonna say with also with Kevin Owens. So with Kevin, sounds like he has like an ankle injury, and he got hurt at WrestleMania, so he's using this time to stay home and rest. And also, as we've been hearing, I guess the WWE superstars they have the option to stay at home if they don't feel comfortable come to film these episodes over at the performance center. So Kevin Owens is totally taking advantage of that opportunity. Now they say people that want to stay home they're not going to get buried because of it or getting backstage heat. So for Kevin Owens, I hopefully he comes back soon. There's no timetable apparently. From one article I read, they said that he still hasn't gotten X-rays yet, which is just a little odd for me because if he got hurt at WrestleMania, that was a month ago, and even then, remember that was filmed like about, if I remember correctly, like a week before it aired. So it's been about 4 or 5 weeks since he's been hurt, and he still hasn't gotten an X-ray yet. So I would hope that this injury he gets it taken care of as soon as he can, get the X-ray, get a actual diagnosis and a timetable when he can return to action. But at the same time, if he's also using this opportunity to stay at home, who knows how long he'll feel comfortable staying at home this whole time. I mean, the shelter in place, here in California, it's been extended through the end of May. I know Florida's a little bit different right now, but it's a case by case situation from each state. So I mean, for Kevin Owens, he could be gone for a little bit of a while now because of this injury slash using his opportunity to stay home with the shelter in place. So it's kind of like two excuses combined, which is the reason why he's been off TV for so long.